Hi, this is the most advanced module of this project where I'm trying to extract some of the basic information of how a hacker enter into the server. Obviously, we need a root. Considering a house is there, we need some windows or doors to enter into the house. So what kind of penetration a person can do it on the web server? So that's the core plan for this particular module. In this module, what I'm trying to do is we are trying to identify what are the ports available. Approximately 65,500 ports are available in a computer. So considering a web service there, I'm trying to check out what kind of ports is open and vulnerable for the user to attack the web server. So this is the one I'm going to show it now. Let's start coding it. Thank you.
Open ports. So let's talk about the vulnerability ports available in the server. So here is the design I made it, and you are able to see I got the labels and I put some data. So this is the IP address. I'm going to scan it. And what is the start port? I'm going to give the start port as 1. We can make it out we can make the changes. So the input, the maximum is 65,535. I'm giving 500 initial stage and the maximum threads. So I don't want to thread and all. Let's move on to the timeout period. So I'll remove this one. I got this timeout. How much time it should have an access? So I got your port and I'm trying to access it. I'm trying to check it out at what extent I need to make out the port to run. So let's move on to creating a table label. This module is finding the vulnerable ports in the server. If found, grab those informations to penetrate. So I gave this one, and let me change the font here. The font is this one. So I'll have my color. Okay, looks good. I'll change it to green. So it's clear. Okay, let me give the background colors. So background images, right click properties. I'm going to my background image. I'm giving my background image. This one looks good. Okay. So I got my background image ready. So let me right click. Right click properties and the background image, I made it stretch. It looks good. Okay, so now I need the rich box text boxes, so let me take it out. So I'll go to the toolbox and I'll take a rich text box, grab it, put it here. I got my rich text box. I think we can have this background image in the later stage because it's creating a lot of problem. So I'll make it as none for time being. The reason is it's trying to refresh multiple times. It's advisable to remove the image for time being. So I got my rich text box, copy, paste it. So this one is for trying the port, and this one is for checking out if there is any vulnerability. And the third one is if there is any vulnerability, grab those information. So I got 3 rich text boxes. So now I'll have the label, Control C, Control V, copy and paste. I got it here. So scan for the ports, copy, paste, vulnerable ports if any. Over here banner grabbing those info. Okay, let's have this one like a right click properties. I'm trying to change the color. Looks good. So I need a button to start the process. So I got my button, it's ready. So right click properties, let me have a background image for this button to make it more colorful. So background image, yeah, background image. So import. So this is the image I'm trying to give it. So it's a GIF image I'm trying to give it. Okay, so over here I need the image, click it. Looks good. Now I got my text, remove it. Now it looks good. So the designing is over. The designing is over. Okay, so I rebuild it. And I'm going to start the project. Oops, I got another page. Let me have this page as a front page. So click this one, right click, view code. Over here, I copy this one, Control C, program.cs, and paste it here. Now rebuild it once again and start it. Okay, the design is ready. Let's move on to the project. It's a coding part. Okay, so let's move on to the coding part. Over here, this is the button. I'm going to write a small piece of code to grab these informations. Okay, so let me check it out. What is the name? It's a text box 1, text box 2, 3, it's 3, 4 and 5. So 1, 2 over here, 4, 5. Okay, so over here I'm trying to write string host is equal to text box 1 dot text. And what is the starting port? Int start port is equal to this is the one, right? Text box 2. So convert dot to int32 text box 2 dot text, and let's have this import as text box 4. So int timeout is equal to convert dot to int32 text box 5 dot text. Okay, so this is the method I'm trying to access it. So run TCP scanning. I'll send the port, start port, end port, timeouts, and finally the host. Okay, so this is the method I'm trying to use it. Let's write a method for this. Okay, this is the method. So public void run TCP scanning I got my int start port, so I'll take this one, copy it and paste it here. Okay, over here I got my int, and over here it's string. So let's have it as like a while start port less than end port. So I'll try to increment it. So obviously in the later stage I want the start port plus. So this loop will increment, this while loop will increment the start port regularly until the end port it will increment. Okay, now I'm going to have try to grab the information of the regex box, this one. So banner 3, this is the one. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is like I'll have a try loop. If there's any banner grabbing, we are able to make it out. So rich text box 3.text is equal to, if in case if there is any other data available, so add it. And let's have a banner grabbing technique. So a method which needs the host, port and the timer period. Host, the start port and a timeout period. Okay, now if there is any exception happen, catch it. So this is how I made the banner grabbing technique. So over here, grab the banner data of the vulnerability ports and put it in the rich text box 3. Okay, so this is the technique I made it. Now let's move on to the manipulation of the current ports. I'm trying to store the rich text box 1.text is equal to rich text box 1.text, and I'm trying to grab, so I'll make it as connecting the port number text box 1.text. So connecting the port, connecting the server okay, so with the port number start port dot to string. Okay, so this is a kind of an information I'm trying to pass it. Now let's have a method connects. I'm giving host, port, it's automatically taking it, port, timeout. So these are the methods. This one start port, right? Start port. Okay, these are the methods I'm trying to use it. So catch exception ex. Okay, if there is any exception, catch it. And over here I'm trying to write continue. If there is any exception happen, restart or process, start the process once again. Okay, so I'll have thread.sleep here to slow down the process. So I need the namespace system.threading. So using system.threading. Now I'll have over here have a sleep thread.sleep of 2 milliseconds to slow down the process, because we are trying to implement multi-threading here. So for multi-threading we need a minor delay for the processor to execute. Now I'll create a small class. So the method is over. So the run TCP scanning method is over. Now I'll have a variable public int TCP timeouts. Now I'll create a small class, private class is TCP port is port open. So I got my class. So I'll have two variables. One is like public TCP client. So I'm going to write a piece of code for this. TCP client system.net sockets. Yes. So I created the namespace for this one, system.net.sockets. So client, I'll make it as a get set variable, get set variable, and I'll have a public bool TCP open to check whether that variable is open or not. So this is the one. Send the client, check the client, and check whether it's open or not. This is the overall functionality. So I created a small class for this, and where we are now. So I need to write a small piece of code to connect it, right? So over here I have written banner grabbing. I need to write, connect we need to write. So I'm going to write a piece of code for the connection. So this is the piece of code for connection I'm going to write. TCP client connect. Copy it, paste it here. So public, the return type is the TCP client. I'm trying to connect it. This one is a string. This one is an integer. And this one is an integer. Is there anything I'm missing? Semicolon is the. Okay, looks good. Throwing an error. Okay, let's move on. So I'm going to create an object for this where new client is equal to new TCP client. And I'm trying to create the state where state is equal to new is TCP port open. So I'm trying to use this one. So it got 2, 1 and 2. So since a variable, so a semicolon should be here, and the new client will have client is equal to new client. The client is equal to new client, and this is the kind of an initialization I'm making out. TCP open. TCP open is equal to true. Okay, so these are the two variables I'm trying to initialize it for the states, and I'm going to check out the state once again. Okay, let's move on. I'm going to have the synchronization now. So over here, I'm trying to synchronize the data, like considering a port is A. So this is the overall picture. And process followed. Okay, so I got my server here, and this server will have multiple ports. Okay, these are all ports. Considering it's port number 1, this one is port number 2, port number 3, port number 4. So we got multiple ports here. I'm trying to identify which one is vulnerable to penetrate. So this is the one I'm trying to make it out. Okay, so which one is vulnerable to penetrate? So this is the overall plan of our project, this particular module. So I'm trying to make it out a multiple threading at a shot. So the request will be gone here, the request will go here, the request will go here, the request will go here, and the timeout period is given and it is specified. So if you want, we can change it to 5 or something like that. So how much time you want. So you got your timeout period from 1 to 10 seconds I given. So higher timeout will have higher accuracy. That's why previously I got 10 in that value. Okay, so this is the overall picture. So I'm going to write a parallel processing now. So I'll have it as I async results AR is equal to, I got my new client dot begin connect. I need the host, start port, comma, async callback, comma, the stage. So this is the parameter I'm trying to use it. So in turn, and to use a method like I have to write the code for async callback. Okay, we'll write it now. So I need to find the stage dot TCP state dot TCP open. Okay, so state dot TCP open. I'm trying to give is equal to AR dot async wait handle dot wait one of timeout comma false. If state dot TCP open is equal to true, okay, if the port is open, in that case we'll have a rich text box 2. So rich text box 2 dot text is equal to rich text box 2 dot text plus you can have TCP port is open and the port number is start port dot to string. Okay, so to make it out happen, I'll give this one, because if there is a printing happen in the Windows application or in C#, I need to have this line of code to display it immediately, to display the result immediately into the controls. We need this kind of line of code, application to do events. Considering the state is false, okay, in that case write the code rich text box 1.text TCP port plus is not available for access, and throw a new exception. And finally return the new client. Looks good, it's ready to go. So I finished this connect code. Now what else I need to do? Connect this over. Banner grabbing is the and I got somewhere async callback, banner grabbing is the, and I need to write this one also. So let me finish this one, async callback, because this is the method where it's trying to connect and do the process. So I'll have because async callback is nothing but parallel threading or programming in parallel. So void async, I'll copy this one, async callback of I async result okay, looks good. So I'll have a variable state where state is equal to is TCP port open async result dot async state. TCP client is equal to I'm trying to get the state of the main clients. Okay, so now I'm trying to connect it, try. So I use this one to connect it to the client dot in connect, get me the result, async result. Okay, So I've written this code, and I need to catch the exception. Return. So finally, write as client.close. Okay, so this callback, this is the one which is trying to connect it, and the result will be placed here, over here. Okay, this is how the functionality is. So begin connect. The begin connection will be happening with the host, start port and everything, and over here this is the connection happening, and this will return the result whether it's connected or not. And this information, via this one, they are trying to check the state. If the connection is established, the state is given TCP open. If it is open, then it's a vulnerable port. If it is false, it's non-vulnerable port. Okay, so this one is over. So the final piece of code is banner grabbing. Once it's over, the project is ready to go. Banner grab. Okay, so I need to check out or fetch the information from the website. So let me copy this piece of code. I'll go here, and to the bottom. So this is the final piece of code of this module. I'm trying to give a public string banner grab. String, I got int here. I'll have a try loop. And I'll have a catch up exception. Maybe empty if there is an exception. Okay, now so I need to create a client. New client is equal to new TCP client of host comma the start port. So new client dot send timeout is equal to, this is a timeout period. Now for receiving also, for receive timeout is equal to the same timeout period. So the network stream NS is equal to new client dot get stream. So the stream will be in bytes. So bytes my bytes is equal to new bytes of 2048. Int bytes, my bytes read is equal to, I'm trying to capture the NS information. So NS dot read of bytes comma, have you got the library here? Hacking library is here. So I'll create an object for this. Hacking library dot hacking is equal to new. So I'll take this one. So my bytes comma hacking dot bytes comma my bytes dot length. Okay, so I created a network stream, and this network stream will have the client which is accessing the host and with the ports, okay, and with the time period, so timeout period. Obviously, like the ns.read, the network stream will read the bytes, okay, from the hacking.bytes to my bytes.length. Okay, so maybe I may get a response, string response is equal to encoding dot ASCII dot get string of, I got my bytes, so my bytes comma the count is hacking library hacking dot bytes. Looks good. Cannot convert byte to bytes. Let's see like what is the error. Okay, let me finish the code. So I need to return the response. So return the response. Okay, this response is taken back over here. So the banner grab will have a string function, and this string function is placed in this restrict box. Simple. That's it. The final piece of code is ready. I got a small error over here, so I have to sort down this one. My bytes. This one is cannot convert from byte of array to bytes. Bytes cannot convert from byte of array. This one. Encoding ASCII get string. So I found it. So it's nothing but like I need to add this method. So this is the method I'm trying to implement it. So not this one, not this one, this one. So bytes, I'm trying to send it comma index comma count. Okay, so this is the one I missed it off. Okay, bytes read comma bytes read. So looks like the code is ready to go. Let me rebuild it. So final version of the code, let me explain it once again. So over here I got my host IP address, the start port, end port, and the timeout period. And what are the ports available? Vulnerable ports, and if there is any information, grab it. So this is kind of a real hacking where we are trying to identify what are the vulnerable ports available in the server. So click button. So I grab the information from the 4 text box 1, 2, 3, 4. I grab the information of 1, 2, 3 and 4, and I am passing these 4 as a parameter for a method run TCP scanning. So over here I got the start and import. Until the start and import start doing it, like grab the information, okay, and trying to connect it. Okay, so grab the information, try to connect it. These two areas I'm trying to give it. So for the connection over here, what I'm trying to do is like I created a class. So TCP client and TCP open variable. These two are available. So I'm trying to connect it. So 1, 2 and 3 as a parameter. 1, 2 and 3 as a parameter for the connect method, and this is of returning TCP client. I created a client and I created the port state. So sending the asynchronous request for the ports to check whether it's open or not. Okay, so this is the piece of code result, and finding the state. If the state is true, the TCP port is open and it's a vulnerable. Print it. This is for printing. Printing the data immediately. This line too. If there is any vulnerable, so find for vulnerability port. Find for non-vulnerable ports. Okay, so this method will return the client information if there is any connected or not. And for doing this multiple parallel processing, so begin connect, so the client will try to connect it with the host start port, and it's a synchronous call, and sending the state. Okay, so obviously this result will try to connect it to check it out, like whether the state is open or not. Until that, it will try to open it. So it's a kind of this code will have a multi-threading 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can have multi-threading. This process will go up to the timeout, up to the timeout, up to the timeout, up to the timeout, up to the timeout. Okay, so parallelly the situation will happen. For that only I have written this piece of code. And finally the banner grabbing code I have written. So create the client, set the period, take out the network stream, send the data, read the data, check the response, and return it and print it. That's it. This is the piece of code I've written. So I rebuild the code once again. Now I'm going to run it. So looks good. Fingers crossed whether it will work or not. Yes, I click it. Scanning good, looks good, looks good, looks good. So it's trying to scan the ports and everything. The port number 111. Looks like there is an issue. Like, let's see, it's not available for. Let me check it out. Connecting the server with the port number is start port. So what is the start port? Start port is incrementing, right? It's incrementing. Start port is incrementing, right? Over here, let me check it out. I'm starting it, so I'm clicking it here. The start port is the start port is 1. Okay, it's an exception happening here, so I should have this start port, not here. If there is any exception happening, I'm trying to continue here, so over here I'll place the start port. Maybe this may resolve the problem. Let's see. So the start port is 1. Now the start port is 2. Looks good. It should work. It should work. Let me check it out. It's 1, port 2, port 3, port 4. That's really good. That's really good. So it looks like our code is working fine. So I'll put a /n here. Once again, I'll try to run it. Port 3 is not available. So this is a piece of code. It's a kind of a port scanning tool I've created it. So if there is any vulnerable port, it will be displayed here, and if there is any banner grabbing, it will be posted here. Okay, so in case if you're not getting the information over, like maybe like you can have the VPN connected or something like that. So I got my VPN here. So I got my VPN. So I enable this VPN. So VPN is nothing but virtual private network. It will try to change the IP address of yours. So I'm trying to change the IP address of mine. So my IP address is changed. Okay, so the IP address is changed, and this is the latest IP address I got. So the real location is hidden. Okay, so my IP address location becomes Netherlands now. Okay, now so like if in case if the server blocked you, you can't get the vulnerable ports. In that case, change the IP address using VPN, and afterwards start processing the project. Okay, so the project is ending now. Let me go back here. Solution Explorer. Okay, so this is my admin login form. So right click properties, right click view code. I'll have this one admin login form class, this program.cs to make admin login form as a first page. So start. So your admin login is there. So I'll give admin, submit, login successful. I got this information. The IP address is coming. Which other websites? So if there is any other websites, it will be coming here. Looks good. The first model is working. Now I'm trying to get the protocol version. Looks good. I don't have any buttons here to the next screen. So let me put a button here. So have you written the code here? Okay, this dot close. Okay. So 1, 2, website sniffing is the one I need to take it out, right? So over here. So I'll put it somewhere here or here. So website sniffing. Okay, double click it. Website sniffing. Website sniffing is equal to new website sniffing. So website sniffing dot show this dot hi. So I got my website sniffing here. Over here, fetch HTTP response. I'll put the same website sniffing here. I'll right click properties. I'll write the code. Find vulnerability scanner. Find vulnerability scanner. Double click it and write the piece of code. Port scanner is equal to new port scanner. Port scanner dot show this dot hide. Okay, so I rebuild this one. I'll write the code. So one admin submit. I got it. Website protocol, it's working. Website sniffing. So fetch HTTP response, looks good. Find vulnerability scanner. That's it. We are reaching the end of the project. So and final exit button is to be placed here. So I'll take the link label, grab it, put it here. Right click properties. I'll change the color. Okay, right click properties. I'll write it as exit, and finally this dot close. Okay, the project is over and you are able to see the project. Now before closing the project, I want to show you a small thing. So I got my browser here. So this is the end of the project, and the project will be available over here. You are able to see the projects and everything here. Okay, in your if you want to get the project, what you have to do is like select it here, select the solution, properties. You are able to see the path here. Copy this one and paste it here, and go here. You are able to see the project here in this path. So the full project will be here, web server hacking. Okay, you can give it to your friends or someone. Okay, now wikitiki.com, and let's go to the Wikitiki core. Over here, let me show you like where the exact project is. Go here. There are a lot of things you need to learn. So learn C# before doing this project, and click projects and go to YouTube channel Wikitiki core. You are able to see these videos and everything over here. Okay, we find a project, go to .NET, and what is the project? It's server hacking, right? Server hacking, and these videos and everything will be here. On clicking this one, you'll get the videos, and the entire documentations and everything is there. Okay, use it, and this video is created to motivate the students and the software engineers and professionals to do their project by their own. So this is our Wikitiki core. Over here you are able to get all the projects. I'm planning to make it almost 500 projects. Please utilize it, and let's transform the world and nation, and let's create the young society. Thanks for watching. This is Venkat from Wikitiki and Kaashiv Infotech company. Thank you.